lightning fast, and he'd be totally dead if it was against a right spin. Hey beys, welcome back to another Beyblade Burst unboxing. Today we have the Hasbro Beyblade Burst Surge Speed Storm products, Super Hyperion H6 and Kolossal Helios K6. Both of these feature the new imitation chassis discs, along with the drivers with built-in metal. So I'm very excited to take a look at these. I did find them at Walmart. Up until recently, these were exclusive to Target, so it's nice to see those popping up elsewhere. If you've had a hard time finding them at Target, now's your chance to have a much better shot at finding them. Let's go ahead and turn these around, take a look at the rest of the packaging, and then we'll get into the unboxing and the battles. Taking a look at the back of the box, for Super Hyperion H6, he is an attack type that spins right. He comes with a Hyperion H6 sparking chip, the Super Ring, the D83 disc, and TSP-07M for the tip. For Kolossal Helios K6, he is a left-spinning balance type who has the Colossal Ring, the Helios K6 sparking chip, D82 for the disc, and TSP-02M for the tip. For Kolossal Helios K6, we have 6 in attack, 2 in burst, 5 in defense, 9 in weight, 2 in agility, and 6 in stamina. For Super Hyperion H6, we have a 9 in attack, a 4 in burst, 3 in defense, 9 in weight, 5 in agility, and 1 in stamina. For the recolors on these bays, I think that the Super Hyperion was kind of going for a little bit of a Valtryek look. He has the blue and the yellow, like that blue gold that Valtryek typically has. And for Kolossal Helios, he reminds me a lot of the Abyss Ring or Erase for the Devilos bays that have come out in Sparking and GT. Those are both the left spinning variants too, so it's definitely a callback to those. So let's go ahead and take a better look at all the parts that come in these boosters. So starting off, we got launchers with both of these. Even though I only have a few, I already have too many. They are okay, but that's about it. I'll give them to my cousins to use. Outside of that, I really don't use them that much. So taking a look at Super Hyperion first. Really, really good looking. I like the gold. Big fan of the gold, blue, and red. I think that's a great color combo, a little bit of silver there. So I think as far as the Hasbro base go, he has a good amount of detail on him. Taking a look at the back, we'll get you the QR code. So there's that for you. Taking a look at the slopes, if you can tell anything from that. I certainly can't, but once he's in, we'll see. Once he's all put together, we'll see how tight the fit is. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with this recolor. I think this one looks great. And we have 1A. So this is the fused disc that comes with Super Hyperion. So it's very similar to 1A, where it has those four little attack pieces, the little wings there. And just taking a look, it doesn't really create any additional points of contact. It's still pretty low profile in terms of where it sits for the attack wings. So as it spins, it probably won't make any contact there. So it's really just there for weight distribution, and we'll see how that performs. And last but certainly not least is the very heavy performance tip. This thing feels like it weighs a ton in comparison to the other tips, especially the ones from Hasbro. This is Exceed. which has the free spinning plate here, and then it is just a plastic flat tip. So a lot of surface area, it moves around a lot. A very, very good tip for Hasbro, or for Takara Tomy when it has the rubber inside, and it's still pretty great with the with just the plastic. So let's go ahead and put this together. That feels okay. Yeah, not too bad. It looks great, especially with the metal sticking out towards the bottom. It just makes it look a lot more fierce. So he feels like he's going to be really sturdy and perform a lot better than the ones that came with the Vault Power Knockout set. Next up, we have Kolossal Helios. So this one is mostly white with some red, gold, and a bit of blue. So even though I think there's a little bit less detail in this one compared to Hyperion, I think Helios looks great too. Especially when it's spinning. Look at that. I mean, it just looks really good. I love the just the red little stripes there. I think they look great. So here's the QR code for him. And just like the Super Ring, completely hollowed out. There's no gimmicks for this one in the Takara Tomy release. The way that you oriented the double chassis would determine whether he is in 5-blade mode, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 10-blade mode, where the other pieces of 1B kind of stick out. They don't line up here. We shift it 180 because 5-star shape isn't perfectly symmetrical. You would have the piece that lines up here, line up towards the bottom, and everything would shift off a little bit. So you don't have that option now because, as we saw with Super Hyperion, the blades don't stick out far enough to affect the actual battling profile. So even though we can have it where it lines up here, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we take it and spin it 180, now they're lined up opposite 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I guess you can technically get the modes out of it. It doesn't affect anything nearly as much as it does for the Sparking Super King release. So let's go ahead and take a look at the tip now. So Zone, again, looks so good with all that metal. I know over time the die cast will kind of lose its luster, but for right now it looks really good. And so the difference between Zone and Exceed is, if you can tell, the plastic flat is a little bit raised, so it has less surface area, so in theory it should kind of hang out a little bit more in the center. You can see there, reflection. I'll put it together and I'll show you the difference. Yeah, the red looks great. Red looks really good. So taking a look at the tips, you can see the difference, where it's really tough, especially to get in focus, but you can see that this one's a little bit raised. This one is completely flat. So I just want to take a quick look at what these Beyblades and their parts weigh. So for the chip for Super Hyperion, about 2.8. Super Ring, 7.7. 1A, 23.6. And for Exceed, with the metal, 14.7. That's a nice heavy driver. Now to compare that to something like Octa, 14, so it's heavier than Octa. It's a little less heavy than Charge, and a bit less heavy than Charge Metal. So, I mean, it's heavier than Octa, which used to be one of the heaviest drivers in the game, so that's pretty impressive. Good on you, Hasbro. And just to kind of show you again the comparison between 1A and the Takara Tomy version, $46.1. That's gonna be about as heavy as the whole Beyblade. Speaking of whole Beyblade, 48.8. So that's a pretty good weight for a Hasbro Bay. Again, 46.1. Very, very similar in weight. The whole chassis to the Beyblade. It's hilarious. And for Helios, 2.9. Oh, so OP. Chip is really heavy. 7.7 for the ring. 1B, which is the only double chassis I don't have, so I can't compare it to anything, but I will show you a picture on screen. 23.8. And future me will go ahead and input the weight of 1B up there too. I'll take a look for it. And zone is 14.3. So assembling this Beyblade. $48.8. Now that we've taken a good look at everything, let's go ahead and spin them in the stadium and see what they look like on their own. We'll start off with Super Hyperion. So yeah, it's a pretty good movement pattern around the stadium. I mean that there's a really thick ridge around the whole thing, so I do expect him to get caught around there a fair bit, but once he gets into the stadium, I mean, he has a really good amount of weight. It's yeah, it's doing a lot better than the first version of Helios, that's for sure, or Hyperion. And they're probably going to perform pretty similarly. They're both that flat tip, so I don't think even though the surface area on Hyperion is a fair bit more than it is on Helios, I don't think it's going to be too much of a difference. So let's find out. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, still pretty aggressive. I mean, it's definitely not a stamina tip by any means, but it does go to center, obviously a lot better than Hyperion does. So that's pretty cool. They do have some performance differences. I wonder what they'll look like once we get into the battles. Man, the extra weight gives them a much longer spin than their first releases. So we'll go ahead and start off. We'll battle them against each other and see how they do. 3, 2, 1. Always got him tilted. Wow, what an angle. Knocked him back up, though. Oh, that was close, but I think I'm going to have to give it to Kolossal Helios. Let's try that one more time. 3, 2, 1. Oh, great hits. Oh, another tough one. Another tough one. 3, 2, 1. Man, that one's probably a draw. Next, we'll run the mirror match between the original releases and the new metal ones. 3, 2, 1. I think as long as the blue Helios, stays away from attacking, he has a better chance. But didn't quite work out. 3, 2, 1. Alright, so I think this new combo is decidedly better than the original release. I expect the same to hold true for Super Hyperion as well. 3, 2, 1. Oh, come on, stabilize. There you go. Wow, look at the angle that he's going at. That was wild, man. 3, 2, 1. Oh, great hits. Look at that angle. The bowl is at such a shape that it can really have some cool tilts like that. Next up, we'll do Super Hyperion and Brave Valtryek. 3, 2, 1. Oh wow, Valtryek stands no chance. Absolutely none. 3, 2, 1. Oh god, no chance. I'll try Kolossal Helios versus Brave Valtryek. Maybe he'll do better against the left spin bay. Although I doubt it'd be better against this one. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Man, after seeing these new discs, it's a real shame that Hasbro didn't put a little more effort, or at least make it seem like a better value, getting the Spark Launcher set with Valtryek. I think that disc would have made a world of difference. Next up, Super Hyperion versus Command Dragon. 3, 2, 1. Oh, great burst. 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice. First time we see one of the new Speed Storm Beyblades burst. Let's see how Helios does. 3, 2, 1. Wow. Lightning fast. And he'd be totally dead if it was against a right spin. Wow, he won that! I can't believe it. That was wild. Let's do it again. 3, 2, 1. Oh, can he outlast him? Wow, Command Dragon taking a couple wins here. Super Hyperion versus Master Devilos. 3, 2, 1. Alright, Hyperion took that one pretty handily. Give him one more shot. 3, 2, 1. Coming in real hot. Just want to say too, these two Speed Storm Bays look so good while spinning. All right, a couple of good wins for Super Hyperion there. Let's see if Helios can do the same. 3, 2, 1. I love the way those Hypersphere bases move in this stadium. Oh, nice. Got him tilted. Pretty quick kill that way. We'll give him a chance to redeem himself. 3, 2, 1. Oh, jump right over. That's an angle, man. It's a pretty steep angle. Get back up. Didn't stand a chance against Master. Let's try Super Hyperion against Erase Devilos. 3, 2, 1. Man, the super ring is really small. Oh, pretty close, but I think that one would go to erase. That Hypersphere base definitely gives it a bit better life after death. As you can see, definitely Helios took the color inspiration from Devilos here. So let's go ahead and see how they battle it out. 3, 2, 1. Big hits. And that angle, look at it! It's almost like the Dread vertical launch. Next up, Union Achilles. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, Achilles is losing spin pretty quick. Maybe your best chance is just staying up there, buddy. Try to outspin him. Oh, he's wobbling. Achilles might do it. Oh, Achilles takes it with a coward finish, man. Big time. Last battle, we're going to give Helios a try against Achilles. 3, 2, 1. Oh, stand up, buddy, stand up. Oh, wow. I mean, Achilles was a really, really good Hasbro Hypersphere base, so it's not surprising that he was able to do pretty well against these new ones. Overall, I think these are some of the best bays that Hasbro's released in a long time as far as their regular lines go. Obviously, the Pro Series is near perfect, but for these, I'm really impressed, man. Super, super impressed. I think that the metal in the drivers is a great gimmick, something that sets it apart. If they're not going to give us, a real locking mechanism, if they want to stick to these slides, I think that's a reasonable compromise, especially if they aren't going to be putting any metal in the layers themselves. The fused attack power disc chassis things are awesome. I love seeing Hasbro's take on the Takaratomi parts. I'd love to see, 2D, 2S, all those. So, yeah, I really, really like these products. If you are just starting out for Beyblade, these are the perfect ones to get. If you collect Hasbro, these ones are the perfect ones to get. If you are into Takaratomi Beyblades, these ones are kind of cool. But yeah, I think for $10, I think this is an excellent buy.